Spalding, and I'm currently studying a diploma in nutrition for nutrition and dietetics for personal trainers. And this is my practical assessment for the Nutrition for Athletes module. Today I've got my mum coming in, who is going to be acting as my athlete. Her name is Barb, and she is a marathon runner who is training for the Australian Champions in 6 months' time. So I've had her fill out a 24-hour recall. We've gone through a pre-screening previously to this appointment. So her 24-hour recall, she has 5:30 a.m. 3 Weet-Bix with half a cup of full cream milk. 11 a.m. is a cup of tea with no milk or sugar and 3 shortbread biscuits. For lunch at 2 p.m. a chicken salad roll and 2 glasses of cordial. Afternoon tea, she doesn't drink or eat anything. Dinner's usually around 7 p.m. and she usually has steak with veg, so broccoli, cauliflower, corn and carrot, and 2 glasses of red wine. For supper, it's usually a honeycomb drumstick or some type of ice cream. So what I noticed when going through a 24-hour recall is that she doesn't eat for a performance, so she just eats at the same time every day, not really caring what time she trains as to what time she's eating her food. So her nutritional screening, she's 65 kilos at the moment and 162 centimetres tall. She drinks 2 litres of filtered water a day, no coffee, 1 tea daily, no milk, no sugar, half a cup of milk with her Weet-Bix in the morning, full cream usually, cordial daily, alcohol 2 glasses of night of red wine, doesn't really eat sugar, rarely eats takeaway. Barb doesn't have any allergies or intolerances. Her dairy preferences is that she doesn't like seafood. She doesn't experience any burping, blenching, reflux or nausea. Her stools are daily, easy to pass with no blood or mucus. And on a stress level from 0 to 10, she rates herself a 3, so she's not very stressed. And she's quite a good sleeper, so she goes to bed at 10 p.m. and wakes at 6 a.m. Wakes at 5 a.m. and usually has no difficulty sleeping. So Barb's quite healthy. She doesn't experience stress, sleeps well and goes to the toilet regularly, doesn't experience any bloating. Her goals are to get her nutrition and eating plan right before the Australian Championship in 6 months' time. So my goals are to look at what she's eating and change her diet to maximise her performance. I've also got her to fill out a current exercise schedule for me also. So on Monday, Barb does a weight session which lasts 1.5 hours. Her goal is to increase strength and maintain a lean body mass. Tuesday is her running day, so practice for competitions. She runs 25 to 35 kilometres, averaging a pace of 11.3 kilometres per hour. Wednesday is stretching day. She participates in a yoga class and does extra stretching herself, so she likes to recover on a Wednesday. Thursday is another weight session. This time it lasts 1.5 to 2 hours, so a bit longer and again to increase strength. Friday, interval training on the treadmill, so goal is to speed up the pace that she runs in the marathon. And Saturday, running day, practice for competitions, but this time she aims to run 35 to 45 kilometres, tries to average a pace of 10.7 kilometres per hour. And Sunday is a recover and stretch day for Barb. So she does get her recoveries in there. The main goal today is to talk about her food, what she's eating, introduce information about pre-workout, post-workout and how it can help aid with recovery and help her maximise performance. So we'll get her in here and we will go through all this together. Hello.
How are you going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
That's good. So I've got all the information that we've got you to fill out previously. So 24-hour recall to start with. What I've noticed is that you don't eat before or after your training session, so you kind of just eat the same time daily, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. How does that make you feel in your training sessions? Like, do you get tired?
A bit flat.
Yeah. during your training session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into it sometimes.
Yeah. So unmotivated. Do you ever feel hungry or?
Yeah, but you just hit the wall a bit often.
Yeah. Alright. So your goals are to get your nutrition plan right before you go for the Australian Championships in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
So we want to work on, it's good that you've come to see me now because we want to work on that now before you get 4 weeks out, and we want to see what works for your body and how you digest things and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So my goals for you is, so we're going to look at your eating plan today, and we're going to add some things that will help you maximise performance, pretty much.
Yep.
So with your eating plan to start with, so this is your 24-hour recall that you filled out for me. Now you said that you drink 2 litres of filtered water, but you haven't put in your 24-hour recall, so do you drink that when you're training, or you've just forgotten to put in there?
Oh, I just drink it through the day.
Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so what I've done is I've written in red what I'd like to change about your 24-hour recall to start with. So you've got Weet-Bix and full cream milk in the morning. I just want you to have a glass of water as well.
Yep.
So if you don't already, good thing to add in the morning, lemon or lime as well, and changes some flavour, mixes it up a bit. Morning tea, cup of tea, no milk or sugar, and shortbread biscuits. Again, just add some water in there if you're not having it then. Lunch, chicken and salad roll with cordial, again, a glass of water. So just trying to add water throughout the day if you're not already having that. With your afternoon tea, you don't actually have anything. So I want you to add a piece of fruit and a glass of water. So any piece of fruit that you like is fine, but just because you're not eating from 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. So probably try to have that around 4:30. So a piece of fruit of your choice and a glass of water again. Dinner's 7 p.m. We usually have steak and veg. And red wine. Again, just have a glass of water. If you have a glass of water before your meal, it'll make you feel a bit fuller as well. And for supper, it's a honeycomb drumstick. Well, it was last night. And just with that, we'll try and only have it every now and again and not make a habit out of it. So they're the things that I'd like to change, just by adding more water to your diet and cutting back on that supper and adding a piece of fruit to your afternoon snack. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Doable? Alright, so I'll give you those to take home as well. So what else have we got? So with your exercise program, because you're exercising every day, having a Wednesday, Saturday stretch and recover day, for you to maximise performance, it's good to have a pre-workout meal and a post-workout meal. So post-workout, just to recover your muscles, refill any energy, you have a lot of water then to refill any water and sweat loss. And pre-workout, fills your glycogen stores as a marathon runner. You need lots of carbohydrates to fill your glycogen stores so you have energy to burn for your runs, pretty much. So I've also just done up a sample plan, so we will work towards this. So day-to-day diet, I just did breakfast as an example, so 30 to 60 minutes after you've woken up. Porridge with fruits and a piece of toast with honey, so that's just a good amount of carbs to fill your stomach up, give you a lot of energy. Pre-workout, so 2 hours before your training session or your competition. In this right now training session because you're not competing for another 6 months. So what I want you to try and have is a chicken sandwich on white bread with a piece of fruit, which for lunch at the moment you're having a chicken salad roll or something. Chicken sandwich on white with a piece of fruit, and drink 3 glasses of water before you train. That'll just ensure your stomach's full, you've got energy to burn throughout your training session, and it maximises your performance when you are training. Right. So down the bottom I've just dot pointed why we're doing it. So for your pre-competition meals, meal high in carbohydrates, moderate in protein and low in fat. This will give your body the nutrients it needs for your training session. During your training, so when you go for a run, do you eat or drink anything along the way?
I have gel packs and Gatorade.
Gel packs, yeah. So gel packs are good, that's actually what I wrote down. So So 60 minutes after you're starting, how often do you have it?
About every 10K, so yeah, it'd be 50 to 60 minutes.
Yeah. So what I've written here, so that's good. So you wouldn't do you wouldn't snack while you're doing a weight session as such, but while you're going for a run, especially if you're doing your 25 to 35 and then 35 to 45k runs, every 60 minutes, 45 to 60 minutes, you want to refill your body with around 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates. So you can do this by gel pack or your Gatorade. They're just easy to carry and just really handy, really. Yep. So for a run that lasts over 90 minutes, you will need to consume more high GI carbohydrates to release the energy quickly. You can do this with a large banana, gel pack, Gatorade, things that you're doing already. So that's really good just because when you're running, your energy runs out quickly, so you've got to make sure you keep putting energy in your body to burn. And then your recover meal, so 25 minutes after your run, so 25 to 30 minutes, even after your weight sessions as well, you want to try eating something high in protein. So chocolate milk or smoothie with lots of fruit, protein and carbohydrates. You want to drink plenty of water to replace the fluid loss during your training session. So chocolate milk it's a good mix of protein and carbs. Protein will help replenish any muscle damage, and carbohydrates will refuel your glycogen stores for your next training session tomorrow. So what I'd really like to do is I'd really like to get something like this in plan eating before your training sessions and having something small after. It's not a massive meal, just a small meal that just helps replenish your body. And do you wear skins or anything like that?
I do.
Yeah.
I wear them on my long runs and then I wear them the day after as well, like after I have a shower, which is really good as well.
Yeah. Because they're really good, especially after your run.
Yeah.
So wear skins, compressions, they're really good. So I'd like to put something like this in place, eating something small. So your pre-workout, I can give you, I'll email you some information on pre-workout supplements if that works.
Yeah.
So you just usually mix them with water and shake them up, and they're really easy to take around, put in your bag and take them to the gym or whatever. So I can email you some information on that, and I'd really like to start putting something like this in place so then you can see like improvements in your performance. And if anything doesn't work, we've got 6 months to try and fix it, go forward in time for your competition. So we're having your pre-workout. So that's just to give you energy for your training session pretty much. Yep. And your post-workout is to recover any muscle damage done during the workout. Yep. So I'll give you back your eating plan. So just in red, or I've highlighted it, we're just going to add some more water. And for your afternoon snack, a piece of fruit instead of eating nothing. So a piece of fruit and the ice cream every now and again, not all the time. Yeah. Cool, so they're the little changes that we'll make to your diet. I'm going to give you this, and I just want you to have a look at it and comprehend it and see how you think you'll go. It's not much, like I said, it's just, before you go for a massive run, or just have a chicken sandwich or a banana.
Yeah, no, I'll eat all that, it's fine.
Yeah, so it all works. Cool. Yeah. And there's no seafood, so you said that you didn't like seafood.
Yep.
So I'll email you off some pre-workout stuff. And we'll get that going. So I want you to try and follow this as well. Please call me if you're stuck and you're like, that's fine.
Yep.
And I'll be happy to give you a hand.
I'll keep a bit of a record on.
Record. Yeah, if you've upped your weights or if you're feeling like you've got more energy, you're more motivated.
Yep.
That way, just because we've got 6 months to work, we've got to find what works for you and what doesn't. We've got to play around with it. And look, it might not all work, and that's fine. We'll have a catch-up session in about 2 weeks. And whatever's not working, we'll change and we'll try something different. Does that sound alright?
That all sounds good.
Yeah, so I'll give you that one too. So in 2 weeks' time, it'll be the 14th. The 14th of the 5th.
Yeah.
What time?
Same time would be good.
Yeah, so 1:30 on the 14th, and we'll just meet here again and we'll go through any changes. I'll email you out some information on pre-workouts and feel free to give me a call if you've got any other questions. Okay?
Alright, that sounds good.
And there's your equipment card.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.